Hey everybody, and welcome back to Satisfactory. I think everything's working and all the YouTubes and the recording and streaming software are syncing up and they're all doing their thing. Who can tell there's such a delay? Hi everyone, how you doing this morning? How's it going? You doing good? Things happening for you? Life treating you well? Yeah, that's great. Yes, we are back in Satisfactory. We are sitting over a SAM ore node. We are sitting over a Caterium node, and we are on our way to make. I'm sorry, it looks like Toblerone. There's just no end if or buts about it. But yes, we are working towards our second item for the space elevator to complete phase 5, and that is the what do they call these things? The biomechanical sculptor. Sorry, the auto keeps cutting out because I'm flipping to my Satisfactory modeler screen of the plan that I'm working with today. Speaking of which, hey, we should probably bring that over and have a look at this thing. Pardon me. So yeah, we are working to get this plan. So far we have got our Caterium going. I've got more production going there than I need. I've actually think I'm running 2 times 2 of this. So what today I'm going to be doing is we're going to get the SAM ore set up. We're going to get them into whatever the hell these things are so we can get our FICSIT ingots. Fixonium ingots, FICSIT ingots, whatever they are, getting into our FICSIT Trigon or our little Toblerones here. Sorry, that's what it looks like to me. Finally ending up in a blender where we will be making the biomechanical sculptor. Now these things here, the assembly director system, somewhere in the factory, I'm already manufacturing these things. So I just need to tap into that. They probably have all the ones that I need for the production. But yeah, so that's pretty much the only line. And then we can get these biomechanicals going and we can move on into the next one and seeing what we can discover along the way. And it's all about the friends that we meet as we go. Sure, let's go with that. Anyway... So yeah, let's get to work. So what I'm doing so far, what I've done, just a little bit of stuff kind of offline, is I did a little bit of extra, making sure the floors, I have stairs going up and down and a space in between these 2 floors there. So this is the quick wire. It's not quick wire, sorry. It is the Caterium ingots that are being produced in here. So we're bringing in 360 ore. We should be outputting 120 ingots. So yeah, I've got 4 times more than I actually need here. Not sure why I did that. Probably because I'm going to need more quick wire Caterium ingots. So this has just become a good supply of Caterium. Because if I recall correctly, love my causeway. I like this causeway. I believe this. I could just look at the damn map. I believe this is a pure node hiding underneath there. Yeah, it is. So that just makes sure I have lots of stuff. So priorities right now is to get these Trigons made. You can see that in my completion list at the top corner here. So if we look, let's see if we can't get the, nope, not that button. Can you please let me have the to-do list? No, that's... possible to get the can I anyway, you can see there I've got some stuff that I'm doing in my milestones, and some need 250 Toblerone. That'll give me my Mark 6 belts. That's what that all boils down to, is having my Mark 6 belty belts. Yes, Ada doesn't pay you to look around. Good point. Good point. Yep. Okay. I hear you. I'm getting to work. So yeah, that's what the plan is today. So first things first is, like I say, I want to get my Toblerones going. So let's just stop doing that, because as I've been reminded, Ada does not pay me to yammer and look around. All right. So mining hut. Where is my mining hut? Mining hut. Mining hut. There you are. Mining hut. Saturday morning, the brain registers things so much slower. But yeah. Okay, so let's get one of these buildings on top of here. And get everything nice and lined up. Thank you very much, Valius. And let's see how we're fitting inside here. We need to come forward a little bit. And that should hopefully line up with the miner here. Are you lined up? Really wish they get these things on the world grid. It just would make getting these miners set up, but you know what? They just do their own thing, so we have to accommodate for them. All right, we got some lights going on in here. Let's get that hooked up. Let's get our power line hooked up. I could just buy the Trigons, but I need it for other stuff too. And you know what? That's the phase 5 is kind of the whole point of why I'm doing the series here, is because it's literally stuff I've never looked at before. It's all brand new stuff. So, you know, for God, how long's the game been out now? 10 years I've been playing it, 8 years, however long it's been. You know, Samor was just always the thing that was there, but never did anything for you. All right, moving the belt stuff forward. Suppose I could just use my normal causeways here, so let's go grab a sample of that and ring it over. Now, just kind of back onto that little topic for a quick sec, just because I got distracted for a moment, is I am certainly not above buying stuff that I need. What's the whole point of syncing things and having tickets if you don't use it to buy stuff? But in this case, yes, it is just because it's new tech, and I want to play with the new tech. All right, let's get this thing lined up here so it looks pretty. Yes, I am blocking the door there. Is that going to work for me? Yeah, that'll work for me. And all I need to do is just remove probably the quarter pipe here and this here. Let's turn on my headlight and get rid of that. And get rid of that. There we go. Okay, so that gives me a bit of causeway here. We can now come over here. Thank you. Yeah, I made these blueprints. Oh. 7, like release 0.07. And it's just something I keep using. Because I hate redesigning new things. I'm not good at it. It's not my strong suit. So, yeah, once I have something I like and it is working for me, I tend to stick with it. Okay, loving the nudge. Let's use full advantage of it and get everything lined up here. So we can get this corner tucked in and drop you down. One of the best things they ever gave us was vertical nudging. Just because it makes doing things so much easier. We'll drop that into place. And then I will just use regular windows to fill in the rest. Okay, so let's put no power, falling. Okay, let's concentrate. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna need a floor. Actually, you know what I should do here? I'm gonna do that. Because I'm going to reposition this, so we'll grab that connection. There we go. Just so it sits a little nicer here. Drop that into place, like so. Yeah. And there we go. I'm just at the edge of power. I really need to get some power lines down here. But that's what's going to do, that kind of roof support is for. Okay, so we need window. We need, oops, one window, please. Thank you. We need beam block. Can you line up? Why are you doing? Why are you? Thank you. We need beam block. And right there, we'll grab one of those, put that into place, and whoops. I jumped a little bit too vigorously there, and I guess I didn't need to put that other piece in there, but oh well. Okay, for the roof, I think we'll just go with the standard angle here. Like, let's go this way. Yeah, we'll go this way. And then over here, I'm actually going to take this out and I'm going to replace it with the door. Oh, there we go. Snap that into place. And then we can grab some stairways. 0. Okay, and stairs. Like, just these little things, man. I love the stairs. The stairs are awesome. Bit big and clunky, but look at that. Look at that. Oh, and there we go. All right. Yeah, let's extend this out just a little bit. Actually, what do I want to do? I want to bring this out. Like that. There we go. All right. Okay. Let's pop in through here and start stringing up some belts and power lines. So I'm going to push the power through this wall here. I'll grab myself a double. And we'll pop you right in there. Do I have power points on the inside here? No, I don't, because of that very reason. So we are going to do this, and then I'll just pull you out and drop you down again. Vertical nudging. It seems so like, yeah, why didn't they do that long ago? Anyway, we pull that one up. There we go. Okay. They kind of float in there weird, aren't they? Yeah, they are. They're also the double-sided ones because that's the way the game does it. So we're going to have to go in here and grab our own Mark II. We'll put a Mark II right there. We'll put a Mark II right there. Around the corner. Actually, maybe it'll be better if I go like this. Ooh, that'll look nicer. Ooh, squirrel. Ooh, piece of candy. That's my, that was my best James Woods impersonation. Wasn't it awesome? Sounded just like him, didn't it? Ooh, piece of candy. Like, uncanny. It must be a Saturday morning. His brain is barely functional. It's taking the weekend off. Okay, so power line's gonna scooch down that way, and we'll come back to that one. Let's grab ourselves a belt D. So the SAM ore is gonna come up through to here. We're gonna flip you to straight, which means I'm gonna extend you that way first. Good morning, Bottom, and how are you today? I hope you're doing well. Good to have you along as we make our FICSIT Toblerones, and that's all I'm going to call them. They're Toblerones, not Trigons. Stop making it look like delicious chocolate, and I won't call it by the name of delicious chocolate. Okay, that's going to get me to there, and then we're going to need another power node thingy-mabobby here for right here, and string that power line down. I think what I'm also going to do here is duck out the back over here, because this is a normal SAM node, which is going to give me 240, but I want to crank it up here, so let's get the full 600 out of it. I don't know if I'm going to need the 600 yet, but might as well get them going just in case. Okay, so extend the floor. Actually, you know what? Let's just... No, we'll just extend the windows. Okay, can you grab that window? No, probably not. And we'll push that floor into here. Now I can put the window up to there. Because I kind of, when I put the column in here, I had an idea, and that's why I left the open face here, is I actually want to take one of these steel windows. Just which one? Let's see, we got that one, no. I think I'm going to use this one here, which I'm going to stretch across and stretch across, and I'm just going to fill all of that front end window. It would be nice if they had tinted windows, like the tinted glass. I do like the tinted glass you get in Space Engineers when they give you glass windows. You can either have it clear-sided or dark-sided. The darks, ooh, that is a complete and utter mismatch. Really? Is it? No? Okay. Because when you put it in front of like columns and stuff like that, it tends to disappear. All right, and down we go, and we can keep coming up. I guess we'll just go right from there and bring you down to there and down. Okay. I need a way to get in there. One of these things is not like the other. Uh-oh. Oh, isn't that interesting? Oh. They're out of a line. Oh, they tiled quite nicely. Not quite perfectly, but pretty good. I thought something was weird, a little weird with these guys. Okay, so let's just make sure we string them properly. It's not a proper height. It's a half window height. So like a 2-meter height down there, I guess. So that's kind of messing things up there. Okay, let's adjust, adapt, and overcome. That is the rule. It's also the motto of the Canadian military. Adapt and overcome. When the plan goes to shit, and it will, come up with a new plan. Okay, let's see, we're gonna go through there. We're gonna need a roof line, so we'll grab our roof line from there and extend it to there, and then we can just fill these guys in through there. And in here, I love the echoes in here. The sound design is just so nice now. Just the little touches, like, man, some of my favorite sounds. I love the glass tank. I find it hilarious. And the fact that there are echoes in here, like, just chef's kiss, man. Chef's kiss, guys. Well done. Bravo. Bravo. All right. What are we going? We're going right there. Okay, so that's going to get me to here. Let's go gather up our belts and stuff. I'm going to need something to fill in that gap is what I'm going to need. Let's grab let's grab what? I don't know. Let's find a way out. That's what we're going to do. Well, come under there. What do I want to do to fill that gap? I think I'm going to grab not a big pillar support, one of these smaller ones. Ooh, that is very big. Nah, that is very imbalanced. Nope, don't want that. We're going to go with that one. And then we'll just nudge it into place. And we'll throw another one on the end of it. And then hit the right button. And then I can put another wall piece in front just to fill that in. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. We need the beams. Yes, I'm spending very much important time here, making sure everything looks half decent. There's enough unfinished work around this complex that I think it behooves me, to put the lights in. There we go. Okay, so that's got all that stuff there. That's got that there. We got belt running. Power is going through there. So yeah, now we can start thinking about going up, and away into this space here. So the belt is going to come through here. So we're going to put a floor hole that is not a floor hole for that. That is going to be for belt stuff. So we'll put in a conveyor hole right about there. And then we'll put a matching one right about there. We can drop one of you guys in. And then back downstairs. Free falling. And catch our fall. And in the inside. And I probably can get rid of that floor piece there. And that floor piece there. Okay. This probably won't reach all the way down. Yeah, so not quite. So I'm going to have to do not a stackable pole. I'm going to need one of these guys. Because what I'm going to have to do is force the lift up to connecting with that. So as long as I've got things lined up, so that would be lined up now with that, and then I gotta go 1, 2, and then we can bring it back up. So we're getting the right height for that belt, and drop it down. Yeah, no. Don't think that's going to quite do it. I'm going to need a little bit of floor space out here. Okay, let's try that again. And I'll just use this for a guide. Okay, I'm just going to put these in temporarily just so I can get an idea of where things actually are lining up. Because I need to force some snapping. Believe me, it'll make sense. It'll make sense-ish in a moment. Okay, so that can go to there, and then that goes to there, and then I can just grab my belt and pop you into there. Now we can get rid of these guys. And up we go, and I missed by just a little bit. Okay. So I need to come forward one little bit. There we go. And let's redo this belt. Into there, and now let's see. Can you go? Why are you not making it? Come on. Why are you not aligning? No. It could be. Why aren't you going up? Do I have to start up here? Maybe. Come on, man, connect. Don't do me dirty like this. Oh, I think I know what I have to do to cheat it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cheat it a little. Oh my god, get the Space Engineers button pushes out of my brain. Okay. When we start working, thank you. Okay, that should be able to almost fit. I am having struggle busting this morning getting things to line up. Wow. Come on. Really? Would you? There we go. That's what I'm after. Thank you. Just I want to force the extension there. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. And in fact, we can just do that now. Get rid of this, get rid of this. And I put you guys going in the wrong direction. I hate it when I do that. Okay, let's try to get all that again. I'm gonna have to go all the way up to the top, take whatever conveyor lifts I have out here, because they're all going in the wrong direction too, so I have to take that one out, and then I have to go back down to the bottom here. Should now be able to grab, plop him in. Let's have it nice and visible from the front, and then we can go up and come out to the ceiling. Struggled bussin'. Okay. Got some catwalk stairs just so I can move around the damn factory floor here. Probably set up an elevator out here somewhere, come to think of it. Okay, no, that's fine. We can leave that out of there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to put an elevator shaft here somewhere. Where can I get away with that? Actually, I can get away with it right through here. Yeah, let's replace this with an elevator. Because, you know, belt can still go down, and I can have my... yeah, let's do that. Okay, so let's go find our transportation. Personal elevator. Encroaching on other objects. Yeah, I guess I do it from the bottom. Whee! Get rid of the stairs here. Now let's try this again. So I'm gonna go... elevator to the stop there. And then we go all the way up to the top. And encroaching on another clearance. Who's giving you grief here, my son? What's the trouble in you, my boy? It is all of the decorative bits. Okay, so it's these guys here are griefing me. Okay, well, you know what? We'll come up with something different here. So let's just get these guys out of here. I can leave those there. Let's try this again. Okay, that lets me by. And then we'll come all the way up to here. We'll turn the elevator around. And that's actually gonna, yeah, that's actually, no, that is definitely the right decision. Because it also allows me then to move my power downstairs. I just need to make sure I put my floors in now. Why don't you face that way? Okay, we'll go over here. Put another one right here. Now I'm gonna get rid of the... okay, let's try this again. They're a little ungainly to work with, these elevators. I gotta tell you. You either get it right the first time, or you start all the way back from the beginning. I think I'm gonna go all the way... oh, see, now I can't... why can't you go... oh, because there's a light in the way. See? Ungainly... every elevator I think I've put in 3 times. This one is no different. Alright. Are we lined up there? Yes, we are. So that's one elevator floor. Then we can put in that one, and it actually still works. We could put that one in there. And I'm going to put I guess I can't put any there. I was going to put one onto that level, but it doesn't look like it'll let me. There's not enough floor separation there, so okay, that's fine. You want to be that way about it, you can be that way about it, but at the very least, I need to get power out. So we're going to have to do a little bit of concealing of our power lines, so I can put that there. And then we'll come across here. Oop, that went into the wrong place. Let's try that again. Where's my power actually coming from down here? There it is. Maybe what I should do is switch to the other side. And that will be right about there. Let's lift you up a bit. Let's bring you down a little bit. That was a bit too far. Like that. And then we go across. And we go across. And then we can come up. And now we need to just kind of fill in some of these gaps here. So we're going to switch to the smaller concrete pillar. And that's not going to work. That will. Okay, well, that's fine. I can move all of these until they do work. There. Okay. And I should be able to get a beam to go across here. Yes? Yes. And maybe put a little end on the end. There we go. All right. Yeah, okay, that looks all right. And then we can continue these windows up. Continue these windows up. They're actually landing in the right place, which is always nice. And fill in. Not over here. I have different wall pieces for that. And across, and like that, and then we can just grab these guys here, and one there. Come out of zoom mode. One there, one there, one there, there, one there, and one there. Perfect. Okay. Now to bring power over to the elevator, we'll just do that by grabbing our light stand here, and we'll come out of blueprint mode so we can put one light stand here, one light stand here, and cross, and cross, and down. Come along. There it comes. Okay, and just take a little quick elevator ride down to the ground floor just to see how things are going. Really should change the music. What is this? What kind of music have I got here? Yeah, let's just go shuffle and see what that does. All right, then we come out the ground floor here. Cool. I got access to the upper area here. Ooh. That needs to be fixed. That staircase is not quite working for me here. So let's grab that again. It's the beams. The beams are getting in the way. Drop you down. There we go. Okay, now I can come up in here and see why I'm not getting any electricity. Yeah, I got a jolt there. Getting a jolt there. I think the problem is I just haven't hooked it up. Yeah, I got to go inside there and hook it up. That's where I haven't plugged it in. Okay. And over, through, and under, and off the woods to grandmother's house. La 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 la. And then we can just go. Actually, don't need that. We can go from here straight to there. Mine. They call it a mine. All right. Let the SAM ore flow. 600 SAM ore plus a boatload of deuterium ingots. Let's see how we're actually doing in the numbers here. So let's get up top. Now that I've got the SAM more or less flowing in there. Actually, I want to come down to that floor. So I want to be into the service floor, which is right here because that's where my SAM ore is going to come up. And funny thing is, I actually, oh, it'll continue on. Well, isn't that interesting? I actually need to come up here because now I need to figure out where I'm putting the next bit of kits. And that's that brand new ass machinery, whatever the hell it's called. What are you called? Come on down, Mr. Converter. Missing SAM fluctuator. So I probably at this point gonna have to run home because I don't think I have any of my SAM ore stuff on dimensional depots. Okay, so let's do a quick check of the numbers we actually have here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get rid of that because then I can put in the amount that I'm putting in, 720. Yeah, that's correct. So I'm putting in 720. I'm only putting in 600 SAM ore though. Wow, that doesn't really give me a lot, does it? No, stop balancing it out. Okay, so it's a 1-to-1. All right, so the maximum I can actually get out of my deuterium is going to be 600. So that's going to be 4 of these machines, which will then go into my FICSIT Trigon. So I'll need 5 constructors. And then eventually these will again get shipped. Okay, so I'll be producing 150 of these Toblerones. So lots of them for my various needs. So I'm going to probably dump them into a dimensional depot. And also, I haven't figured out where I'm going to do these yet. Because they need a little bit of water. I might add a floor. Yeah, actually, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll track down where the hell I'm making these. I know I'm making them somewhere. So what I'll do is I'll track where I'm making those down, and then all I have, because I literally just need the one. I need one blender here. There is water over in that city. I just need to ship these in. So what I'll do is I'll dimensional depot a bunch of them. But I'll do a drone setup over here because I'm not transporting a lot of them. So it's no sense in using necessarily a rail. Even though I got a ton. Oh, I didn't mean to close that. Hang on. Let me get that back. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. There you go. I had the musical interlude. I got a lot of train stations here. I don't know if I'm going to need them all, but all right. Okay. I'm going to circle around for a little bit as I figure out what the hell I'm doing. Where was I going? What am I doing? Where do we go from here? Now that all of the song I don't remember. And what is this thing over here? And what button do I want to press? And I want to see the fixing stuff. I want to set this up to depot. That's what I was going to do. I know where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hyper do back to base. I'm gonna set up some dimensional depots. So that is the way I'm gonna go. I can't stop singing this song. Please, oh God, someone stop the song. All right, enough of that nonsense. Help me. Okay, what I want to do with me hoses here? I want to go to the hoses. I want the hose to go here. And then I want to use what? I want to use. It's always I want. I don't like that. You know what? Let's just do this. Looking at different belt modes. I guess curve will work. All that time, and then I ended up hitting the wrong damn button. Okay. There we go. There we go. And you're hooked up. And you're not hooked up. Now you're hooked up. I think I'm gonna put an accelerator in here just to give me my initial little boost for absolutely no reason. Yep. And off we go. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get kicked out of the roundabout here anyway, so I didn't really need to put that there. But let's get moving and grooving. So this should be a relatively short hop. Mind you, I am going like one side of the map to the other. Yeah, is there a direction I can look without seeing my factories? Because if there is, I must put a factory there. That, I think, is my biggest guiding principle, is if I don't see factory, I must install factory. And I do have to put something to connect over here. So yeah, I do have a lots and lots of filling in to do. Oh, maybe that's what I'll do. Sorry. Yeah, my brain is switching gears on everyone, including me. So my latest thought is, okay, getting from over here to over here, I'll just use this belt there and everything will be awesome. Yay! Heading home. And we're back out. The sound keeps cutting out because I keep cutting away from this screen. So I'm checking other things, making sure that, you know, feeds are, because I have basically traveling through time in 3 different places. I have my live game, which I'm staring at right now, which is what I'm speaking to right now. Then I have what you guys are seeing out on the YouTubes, which is about 5-10 seconds behind. Again, I should do a little bit of a timing here, so once I pop out. Wow, that's a long run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 second delay. Then there's what's happening on the actual YouTube studio, which is still me back talking about the fancy new machinery. A good minute and a half. So I don't know how that's going to line. Yeah, so again, I sat there for 17 seconds. That pause that I had there was literally the delay from when I arrived in my live feed to giggle every time to when I'm because I monitor on a separate system the feed into the actual YouTube on the channel, and yeah, that's the delay. Okay, so I need this and this to go now into dimensional depots. No, what is that fancy stuff there? What are you? And where am I making you? What the hell is that stuff? No idea. Okay, so let's try it on. Okay, I need to go over to the hub here. What the hell is that stuff? I need to go grab some Mercer spheres anyway. Confoodled, and confounded. Alright, what am I looking for in this? This is time crystals. Oh, good lord, what are time crystals? I did not account for my time crystals. I need to make some time crystals. Okay, so we're gonna have to add to that. I got so focused on just the Trigons, I completely forgot about these time crystals. Oh, good lord. Alrighty then. Well, while I'm here, let's get rid of some excess materials, sort out our inventory. Am I carrying anything I don't need to carry right now? No, I'm not, except for a slug. I'm gonna go deposit the slug over here. I am getting low on shards, so I should be able to just run over here. Nope. Which building is it that I'm doing? That is actually upstairs. That would be in here. Which means, right. There they are. We can grab some of those. But yeah, I'm not sure why I would need to, unless I'm going into a massive save the slugs campaign. Not sure why I would ever want to manufacture the artificial ones, because I've got more than enough just by depositing slugs and grinding them up. All right, let's get into the back rooms here. Now, you are you, and you are you. So we got, what am I needing? What do I need? What do I need? Missing damn fluctuator, which is you. And you. And then we go you, and you, and you, and you. And we upload. Excellent. Okay, so that's taking care of that. We can head back now. I can leave. I'm going to take the Mercer spheres with me. Anything else I'm carrying that I shouldn't be carrying? No, everything is good there. Let's go have a quick hello to the boys. And I know I keep promising your fourth brother. Oh, good boy. Yes, good boy. What'd you bring me? Hey, look at you, bringing me a pulse. Good job, you three. Okay, pardon me, I had to mute the microphone. I had a little bit of a tickle throat moment. Can I see one? If I see one within the next few seconds, I will go befriend him. and add them to the pack. No, I don't see one. Okay, let's get back to the current job site. Oh, deposit slugs there. And that will be through our lovely little transport shed. We'll take this route back, and we'll go over the bottom's named bridge. And make sure we take the turn. There we go. The FICSIT to Fortune Bridge. Okay, do I come out in a roundabout or do I have a Y? I come out in a roundabout. That is fine. I then are going that way. Not heading to the grasslands, we're heading to the top back corner there. Again, it should pop out in a depot, and over we go. I like my network. If I do need extra SAM, I can gather it from there. Because remember, I do have 720 Ethereum ore available to the 600 SAM ore. So we could balance the other 120 out of that site there. Where would you ever go? Is there anything over there I'd ever need? I don't know. Maybe bauxite, but got this one here. It all depends on which one ever is easier to use. Anyway, we need to bit back. There was a wall missing. There was not a wall missing. And away we go. Alright, I'm going to take this accelerator out. It really doesn't need to be here. There we go. Okay. Back to the factory floor. Now that I have my SAM, that'll come out so I can do my buildings. Okay. Frame rate just took a dive for some odd reason, so let's go stat FPS. Oh, let's learn how to type. Stat FPS. Yeah, so we're back down to 20 frames per second. And less, I really don't know why it's doing that, but yeah, I look into it and I don't find a solution. It's something to do with just the memory, or I don't know. Okay, so what I want to do here is I am going to bring the modeler back up, because apparently I need to figure out what the hell time crystals are whilst I am over here, because I'm pretty sure it's going to need SAM ore. So that will change things a little bit. Okay, so let's look for our time crystals. Time crystal. Time crystal needs diamonds. Oh, well, of course, diamonds just need coal. Excellent. Okay, well, that makes my life easy. Okay, so time crystals are just an offshoot of coal. I have got coal literally... Oh, okay, let me show it. Sorry, you guys can't see it. There we go. Yeah, so apparently time crystals, again, this is all new shit to me. Not something that was ever before, but looks like I just need to compress it into literally coal, because as time crystals go through one of these fancy thingies, they need diamonds. Diamonds, of course, is just from coal. 60 coal will make 1.5 of these. So what have I got around me for coal? Well, let's have a look on the map here. I've got coal here, pure. I've got coal impure. I've got normal coal here. So yeah, I got coal. I've also still got even less frames, so we're gonna have to do a quick save. Pop back to main menu. And relaunch the game. And we're back at 60 frames. All right. Okay, so where was that coal? It wasn't in a difficult place, was it? I mean, I got so many coal options. Why does that feel like it was way down there? So the difference is if it's above up in this level or below me. Pretty sure that means it's down there somewhere. Yep, right there. Jetpack, thank you. Okay, so that coal is all the way down here, which kind of tells me what's this cave? Beyond the fact there's an immersive sphere here. ADHD Satisfactory.
Your waves lap at our shores. When will you land?
Yeah, really not getting a lot out of her anymore. I like Crazy Lady. I want to hear more from Crazy Lady. Yeah, I'm just kind of wandering along here, kind of getting distracted with, you know, immersive spheres and yellow slugs. And, ouch, nasties. Who was that? Who did that? Oh, there you are. Ooh, knocked him off his feet. Okay, enough playing around. Let's get back to work. So the coal, nah, it's super convenient. I have easier, more accessible areas of coal, so I'm gonna not worry about the time crystals here. Hello, Mr. Spider. Yes, I hear you jumping behind me. All of you is jumping behind me. Where are you? Yay! The little guy called his big brother. Okay, let's get our homing ammo back. I hear the... Oh, Jesus. Okay. Ouch. Ow. Would you shoot? Ow. Wow.
Next time, just walk back.
That didn't go well for me, did it? Shortest route this way. Really got to stop playing with the local pets. Never goes well for me. Can I get in my inventory? No, of course I can't get in my inventory right now, but that's fine. It's all fine. I'd like to finish that off. I'm going to be interested. I want to see what that looks like. All right, now that I've wasted about 5-10 minutes, let's get back to work here. Probably said that a little soon for timing, but and around the spiral. Okay, almost back. And away we go. Okay, let's focus, focus, focus. No more running around, shooting at things, playing with things. Never mind the time crystals. Let's just get these guys up and running. Okay, so let's get our jetpack back, or our hover pack back on. Our hover pack back on. And set up our machinery. Okay, so... First thing I'm going to do here is I wanted to see if there's any buildings I have that are going to work well with me or for doing this. Like a nice 5x5 wall. Problem with that is, do I have a 5x5 entrance? No. Yeah, so there's nothing else there for that, so that one's not going to work for me. What about in our construction lines under the nuke stuff? I do have buildings. I have the open foyer. So if I use one of these... Okay, because how many machines do I need for the... I need 4 of those fancy... whatever the hell they are, these new fancy dancy machines. So if I put you there, kind of gives me this nice open space back here. Then we go grab whatever the hell these things are. Converters, that's what they are, converters. I can fit... I can fit... I can not complete a sentence is what I can do. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I want to get the wall as a kind of a guide. All right. And then we'll flip it around so we know that it's going to go along here. And I have a gap I can fill in there. Okay, that's good. Easter wall will go right here. Like that. And then you can go there. Okay, so that would be, and of course, you know, fill in the bits and missing bits and whatnot, but is that going to be enough room for 4 of these? And if I point everything going into, let's see, I put 1 here. Or do I want to go... Four, right? Yeah, it's 4 of these I need. I'm also going to have to get some constructors up here. So is this the way I want to do this? Yeah, because I got lots of room. I can go this way. And then I could just put a simple little 5 constructors to get my Toblerones. And I could push these walls out a little bit more. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to grab this wall. Turn off snap to blueprint. Because I'm going to push this wall out a little bit like that. So just making it just slightly wider. And same thing on this side. Like that. Because then I can grab pillars. And we're going to go with the nice big guys here. Let's soup them up. Like so. And zoop you up like so. You guys evenly spaced? No, why would you guys be evenly spaced? Like you had anything to do with it. It wasn't all just my own mismanagement. But anyway, let's not get into that. Who's at fault, who's not at fault. Window glass. We'll fill this in with some window glass. Something is gonna need to move, and I know who it is. So we'll go up right there. Oop, let's come back. Go that way, go this way, go that way. There we go. I did that wrong. Let's try that again. Line it up to the outside wall because this is in the wrong place, so that needs to move. We can go back into our blueprints. Nuclear foyer, 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 open foyer. Like though. There we go. That should be sitting right on the street front. Yep, that is perfect. And that should give me lots of room to build my machines. Yeah. Yeah. All right, now we can get our converters in here. And the biggest reason I wanted to do that is I wanted to have a little bit more distance between the outputs so I can have enough room, have enough room to merge it all together. So we'll put you. How big are you guys? All right, let's start. That beam of flashlight is just way too bright. Okay, so you're taking. You guys take like a good solid 2. Where's your collision box? Your collision box is right there, so that means this guy should be able to snap right next to you. Like that. Yep. And then we can get this guy lined up. Right about there. Let's actually push these back a little bit. And then, of course, I'm going to have to rebuild the other 2. Missing radio control units. While they're filling up, I'll move these guys. Because I want this one to be back a little further. Right there. There we go. And then there we go. And there we go. Okay. What are you guys making? You are making FICSIT ingot aluminum. I am gonna need, yeah, so I need a bunch of constructors because I forgot that I forgot a step. Is the SAM ore comes in here, then it goes into machines, and then it goes into these. But that's okay, we can build those just fine. Okay. Yes, okay. Control C, Control V. Control V and Control V. Yeah, the production really does slow down now because I really have no idea what the hell half the stuff is. Okay, so you're gonna come out of there. You're gonna come out of there. So you guys are gonna want to do that. Did I do that? Oh, they're pretty, aren't they? So let's get one of these. We're gonna come up to the correct height, which is there. Lose these. Don't frame rate, frame rate. Why? Why? I did not change anything. Why are you Orderly. Come on, give me my frames back, you sons of bitches. You annoying sons of bitches. Well, I'm gonna see how long I can go and see if it resets itself before having to go through the whole process. I mean, it's not exactly a long process. The game loads quick enough, but what a pain, man. What a pain. Okay, so we want mergers. And we're coming back this way. Belt is going in the wrong direction because, of course, everything's going in the wrong direction. That's going in the wrong direction. I'm going in the wrong direction. Everybody's going in the wrong direction. Everything's all messed up, man. Not really. The frame rate's not making me things happy, though. And this time, there was absolutely no change in the circumstances. I can see that I'm traveling from one biome to another overly fast for the game because, you know, I'm cheesing the conveyor system, but this is just no. There is no reason this time. I was already here. Nothing changed. Nothing loaded. You dirty, dirty, dirty bastards. I don't think it's going to fix itself either at this point, but let's get at least this part done before I go through the whole cycle again. Like that. Okay. So that is going to give me my Toblerones, or my ingots. And then that'll get shifted out. So, yeah, we'll put our 5 constructor lines. What have I got in the way of construction lines for... We need... Are those constructors or smelters that I need? Constructor, so I need constructors. So 4 constructors. I actually need 5 constructors. That is 5 by... So that's 8. Surprisingly little, to be honest, man. I've so far tapped in the SAM ore. Whee! So we put in our SAM ore, we put in the buildings, we added our causeways, we put in an elevator to bring all of that lovely goodness upstairs. I've wandered around the map a little bit aimlessly after I put in an elevator. Oh, hey, frames are back. Cool. Where the patience worn out. And now I am in the process of making, finishing off the FICSIT ingots so I can make my FICSIT Toblerone. And I'm also gonna be doing time crystals somewhere. I just don't know where I want to do them. I don't know how much time crystals are used in things. Let me just do a quick check here. Time crystal. No freaking clue, because the first thing I need to unlock is the peak efficiency, which I believe are my Mark 6 miners. So that pretty much gets you caught up. Currently, like I say, is putting in the FICSIT ingots right now. Now I need to put in the SAM ore to something. What is that? That is SAM ore to reanimated SAM, and then the FICSIT ingots into the FICSIT Trigons or the Toblerones, because that's exactly what they look like. And now I'm just figuring out how I want to do that. Okay, so constructors. It's all constructors all the way down. I think I can probably... What do I get? Do I have a 10 by 10? Do I have a 10 constructor line? I don't think I do. It's all based on 8. Oh no, that is 10 constructors right there. Ooh. Ooh. Yay, that'll work. Yeah, I think that'll work. I'll break the connection because they're falling. Not falling. I might want to think about getting some power over there so I don't do that again. Okay, so I do have an already ready to go blueprint for 5x5 or 5 constructors. Sorry, not power line. I want the power post. Yeah, that's fine. Just wondering if I wanted to put another street in. I think I do, actually. I'm going to do it right here. So we are going to pull all of these little sections out, including you, and including you, and you, and you. Because I'm going to grab... yeah, YOLO, 2 constructors fully overclocked would do that. I don't like doing the overclocking, though. I like rather having the extra machines in. Now, I haven't done the math on it or the power and stuff like that, but... yeah, I try to avoid the overclocking. It's just, it's a personal habit. It makes for me, the mathing, I think, is a little easier when I just have the, rough machines. I just I save overclocking for when it emergencies, essentially, when it's the only solution. It is the decision of last resort for me. Again, just my particular play style. I play my power a little close to my vest normally, like just enough power kind of thing. As you can see, I've only got 4 gigawatts currently, well, 5 gigawatts maybe, of extra overhead on my power, and I got a lot of factory left to do. So far, I'm pretty much just existing on that power system setup down there. I've got another smaller fuel power system over there, And then we've got our 4, currently only our 4, and we can just zoom in. That's my water. Actually, the fog is probably going to keep me from seeing it, but I've got 4 nuclear reactors over there. All of it expandable. But yeah. You follow-up note here. Well, for most machines, 200% overclocked is 25% more power than it is just on in-game fluctuating stuff that it goes nuts. Well, for most machines, 200% overclock is 25% more power. Okay, it's just on the in-game fluctuating stuff that it goes nuts. I gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Like I say, it's no real issue I have with it. It's just, I like having the machines, the buildings. I think it's what it really boils down to. Okay, can you please snap to the correct blueprint, you beggar? That would be, come on, snap in. Why will you not snap? Oh, fine, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Come on, there we go. At least enough that I can get the hold on place and then nudge you into place. There we go. Okay, so dividing building there. Again, running out of power. The whole point of me putting this road in here is so I have a place to grab my little light stands. So we'll put 1 light stand. We'll grab a 2x2, one of my 2-way light stands. There we go. Put 1 there. We'll fill in the hole in the floor. Yeah, that is fine. Oh, weird. Okay, well. And right through there. And the frame rate's dropping again, because of course it is. I really wish I knew why you were fine for a moment. Now you're not. You're just not. I guess I shouldn't put that there. I guess I shouldn't actually use these. I'm consistent. Let's stay consistent. Which is using these guys. Yeah. And then we can hook up our power line right there. And apparently hooking up that power line gave me back my full frame rates, because... Sure. But constructors and smelters are super low to begin with, so they can't get scary no matter the clock speed. Yeah, fair enough. Absolutely, 100%. Not disagreeing with you. It is pure style choice, man. Pure style choice. And there we go. It's also, I think, less math for me. To be honest. As soon as you start having to put multiples in, my brain just goes, nah, I'll do that today. Especially when I got the blueprint. Okay, so... Well, not especially since I got the blueprint. Yeah, no real reason. It just is. Okay, so we're going to use... I need 5 and 5 for constructors. They are not actually going to be tied together, so we are going to go to the... Oops. You're the outline. So we are going to get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you. What direction do I want things to go? So right now... bring the SAM ore up, it flows this way. It comes up here, goes this way. I can then have the... whatever the hell it is. It is the reanimated SAM, which can then flow into here. along with some Caterium ingots from over there. And then whatever is coming out of here can then flow into, yep, I got it all backward. I got to turn this whole thing around. Yep, it ain't going to work in that direction. Let's flip her around. And try that again. So again, we'll go like that. I want the arrows going that way this time. Stop falling. And do I even want to tuck it into the corner? Do I need anything over on this platform? No, not really. So yeah, we'll just set her up. Yeah, I'm doing the Caterium recipe. I didn't want to do the aluminum one just because it was more involved, and there just happens to be a SAM node and a pure Caterium node. It's a normal SAM node, but there is a pure Caterium node there. So much more simple recipe. Is it the most efficient? Don't know. But it is easier. I'm taking that means you've gone through some of this stuff already. Did I set the aluminum? I did. You are right. That would have been an interesting supply. That's the one, isn't it? Oops. My bad. Thank you for that catch. Totally messed that up. God, I'm glad one of us is paying attention, because it ain't me. All right, let's try this again. So we are going to lose the lifts there. We're going to grab mergers, and we're just going to stack them on top like that. We'll connect our belts. Don't think I'm going to need any more. Yeah, Mark Far is fine. And we'll just make a line through here. Like so. And then we can grab our lifts. And up to the top row. Apparently, you're not the only one who's confused. I'm also the confused one. Yeah, usually we try to do it with aluminum, but it's fine doing setups like those if you need Trigons on the spot. Yeah, to me, I mean, it was just the hassle of setting up another aluminum line. I don't do big mega factories, which leaves me lots of excess. It's kind of what you need only type builds that I tend to do. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of looking for the yes. Yeah, let's look at what are the different recipes here. Let's look at the ingots. I didn't really look at them that hard. Yeah, so 10 per minute. This is the most efficient. Yeah, let's there's no and, if, or buts. If you need a lot of them, aluminum is the way to go. You're going to pay for it in more complex supplying of your aluminum. So yeah, super convenient, shitty payoff. Not as convenient, good payoff. Little, kind of, because you're using, 24 iron ingots to 4 Caterium ingots. I'm still getting 15. So yeah, the aluminum, half the amount of machines just right out of the gate. In the end product part, but you've got a lot more complexity to get that aluminum. Caterium is not as big supply, so it's nice that it is 4, whereas iron is in lot supply. So yeah, I'm gonna be popping 150 Trigons out of the machines. So I think, is that what it says it's gonna give me? That seems weird. But yeah, possibly. Let's actually set up the machines here. So let's see what we get. Yeah, ignore the wire there. This just happens to be the recipe that's in there. So we're going to Trigons here. So 30 per minute. Yeah, so for every 10 FICSIT ingots, I'm going to get 30 Trigons. Most annoying part of getting tons of reanimated SIM to the aluminum. Yeah. And I think that was another big part of the decision of why I decided to go with the Caterium, is because it's literally Caterium SAM. So a little bit of the ease of use there. That's one of the things I do love about this particular game, is that you can play it any way you want. Like, it's literally, you decide how you want to do your factories kind of thing, and that's the way they've built the entire game around. And I totally respect that. What I don't like about myself is that I put that slightly off center, and it's going to bother me. And if I go any further, I'm just going to be tearing even more down. So I'm going to remove all of that and do it right this time. So let's clear this stuff out. This is, again, one of the joyous things about having blueprints and using blueprint setups, is that if you make a boo-boo, it's a lot easier to fix said boo-boo. Case in point. Okay, let's make sure we actually put the damn thing in the right place this time. But on the other hand, SAM compacted reanimate SAM by 4, and you can drone that easily, especially for the stupid impure nodes at the random edges. Yeah, 100%. All right. Again, I want to make sure I actually get this right the first time. Are you correctly centered? You are centered there. And you are properly centered there. Once again, we are going to remove the lifts on this side. Like that. We are going to grab one single merger, and we are going to push you going that away. I'm going to put the other merger down here first. We're going to grab our belt, and then we're going to go wee. And then we'll slide you along the belt. With luck, that snapped to the belt and not to the merger underneath. Huh. Gives me a little settings thing there. It's amazing. I've been playing this game for so long, and there's just, oh, look at that. I never noticed that before. Observationals. Yeah, Sherlock Holmes I ain't. Okay. And up we go, and up we go, and okay. So, but you're familiar with the interactive map. You've seen the bauxite situation, how chaotically the SAM is spread on the map compared to it. Yeah, I never really spent that much time looking at where the SAM is on the various maps and stuff, because it was never really a thing until this started playthrough. And beyond when I needed to pay attention to it, yeah, none of the SAM is easy to get. Bauxite is not, that's one thing I will, yeah, bauxite is lovely condensed into that area there. It's a bit spread out, but I mean, look, it's like a solid ring of bauxite. You can run a single train along that route, past the swamp, over the forest, into there, and just vacuum up all that bauxite. The SAM ore, half of it's underground, first off. Most of it is not great quality, and it is, yeah, So, yeah, that's why when I found a Caterium and a bauxite right next to each other, I was going to run with that particular recipe. I'm avoiding using a lot of aluminum this playthrough. Like, that's it. That's the entirety of the aluminum manufacturing currently. And I don't think I have any others recipes. Like, I'm almost like obsessively avoiding using aluminum recipes for some reason. Oh yeah, I know exactly the reason, because it's a pain in the ass. Aluminum is a pain in the ass, and it's specifically the way the water is such a pain getting that water to balance out and use it right. And, you know, do you dump it? Do you recycle it in? And it just, ugh. So, yeah. If I can avoid using aluminum right now, I'm going to avoid using aluminum. I will pay the price in having to use more machines as I fall out of the sky once more. All right, let's get this in here and put that there. Yeah, sure. You may absolutely ask. So, I don't have issues with it. I just don't like doing it. So my aluminum line is right through, where is it? It is, yeah, so we have the sloppy aluminum factory. So that is a sloppy aluminum factory. Or we can go with the building free from the sloppy aluminum. Sloppy aluminum. We go into the aluminum scrap, and then I make the aluminum ingots, and then I have my casings and alcad sheets. So basically it's just, I don't have issues. I just don't like managing it. It's a bit too micromanagey with the water. That's really kind of my issue. And I'm not, I like setting up the big kind of picture view, these big factories, but when it gets into that little kind of nitty gritty micromanagement, honestly, I just don't have the patience. It is, ADHD Satisfactory. It's a pain in my neck, and I couldn't be bothered. And if I got simpler solutions, I'm going to look for the simpler solutions. Okay. And I've used most of the different recipes for the ones, and those are the factories I found that work best for my play style. There is a tree poking out through my floor. I do not want a tree poking through my floor. I also don't want to use a pulse Noblix on it. Cluster. Let's get a cluster down there. Little overkill. Oh, come on. Would you stay with the stupid... Oh. Yeah, I don't mind. I got the resources for it. To the question, if you're doing with coal instead of crude, you're paying a heavy price. I got the resources. One of the things, I like transportation. So if I have an excuse to have to use a little bit more transportation, I don't mind. It's kind of like, I prefer hanging out in the middle area than in the kind of end result area. Which is why, I use slightly more complex setups, like, instead of using 2 constructors or what have you with the overclocking, so that 5 would be, 2 constructors, 1 overclocked to 250 and 1 overclocked to 200. No, I'm going to use 5 constructors because, more interesting. I'm not about efficiency. Like, Ada hates me for that, I'm gonna say, because it's not the most super efficient, but to me that's where I get more kind of fun out of it. All right, so Sam ore is coming up through that hole there. It's gonna come over to here. We are going to, do I put it in here or do I do the Trigons here? I think what I'm gonna do is I'll do the reanimated Sam here. Oh yeah, you're right. Good math. See, this is why I don't do the math, man. You're 100% right. Yeah, really the aesthetic. It's the problem solving. It's the get part from point A to point B is the logistics of it. Not necessarily the production of it, which is why I'm going to use a more, inefficient recipe, because it has a logistics that, one, isn't going to break my brain. It's not overly complicated like the aluminum. I mean, obviously I would go with the aluminum if I was going for efficiency. But yeah, it's the transportation, it's the belting, it's the getting it from there to there. with minimal clipping, so to speak. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. It's more about the it's in you get stuff about 200%. Yeah. Okay, so that's going to be the reanimate Sam. You are the Toblerones, and I'm going to keep calling them Toblerones because that's what they look like. Tasty, tasty orange Toblerone. Okay, so those are going to be that. So let's get our Sam over. Oh my God, the freaking frames. All right, you know what I'm going to do here, guys? It is 10:43. I'm going to take a quick break here. Whoops. And in the span of that break, I'm going to cheddar cheese. Oh, cheese. Yeah, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break here. Refresh my coffee. Refresh the place the coffee is going to go to eventually. And then I'm also going to refresh my reload the game again here and try to get my frame rate back up. So I'm going to take a quick break and I will be back. Okay, I cut that a little too soon. I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be right back. And we're back in the land of 60 frames per second. YOLO, yeah, I guess so. Seeing is an aesthetic choice for me in a way that I like super compact builds. Yeah, I like compact builds, just not super compact builds. So yeah, I can see why you are more into the using the overclocking because it does, yeah, you know, 2 machines compared to 5 machines, right? Okay, so where are we? I have no idea what I'm going to clad this building in yet. What have I got for blank buildings? Do I have anything for a blank building? Do I have anything for a blank building? I kind of do. This is an older one, though. An older code. Is that what I want to use? Concrete stair outer wall. So I can have that. Now that's going to take up too much space. It's also built for a 4x4. I'm going to have to come up with a new blank building at some point in time. But in the meantime, okay, just get the damn thing working. Make the aesthetic choices after. Just get the damn thing to work. Okay, so that is going to be my input right there. So we're going to grab our floor hole. And we'll move you to... want to make sure there's enough room for everything to turn the corner. Yeah, we'll go right there. And then we can pull you up like that. Then we can grab probably just a Mark III will do me. And straight. Okay. Then underneath, we can pop one of you in. Pop you in there. And we'll use Mark V because we are moving about. Oh, really? You're not. They shorten the belts? How was that? No, it's still good. Come on, you can. No, that's as far as you go. Okay, well, that's as far as you go, I guess. La, la, da, 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 da. He's humming his own damn hold music. Weird. All right. Did I get? What do I feel like? Nothing here. That's not straight. It's not. I don't care. That's close enough for that. Okay, so SAM ore flowing. Again, let's just double check the machines. You are flowing into the right machine. Yes, you are. So now I just need to get some power into you. What do I want to do for a building here? Let's start with a corner pillar. The reason I'm thinking about how I want this to at least get a partial wall in is so I can get the power line, so I can get these machines powered up. And then we'll go over to here, like that. And then we'll go up, like that. There we go. That. That. And then across and across. And maybe we do 2 smaller ones on either. Nope, not that one. 2 smaller ones on either side here. Like that. And that way I can put a door right there. Okay. With that being done, I can now run my power into the building. So let's go grab a wall. Let's grab the correct wall mount. We'll use an Ace Mark II. That about the right height? That is about the right height. And there you go. And It's surprising how little I'm actually getting accomplished today. Okay, double-sided. Like that. And you don't quite go though. Nice. Okay, so let's do this again. We're gonna grab our Mark II. We'll put you right on the corner this time. That way you can stretch across there, go to there, and plug into there. And then all I have to do is connect that. And away you go. And all of the machines are now hooked up on that single power line, so excellent. There. We need to take the stuff from the bottom line. And the same place we did it here. And we'll pop you in right there. And let's get you going up and going in the correct direction. And then we can no, don't be doing that kind of stupid shit. There we go. That's better. Okay. Reanimated Sam, ready to go over here. You guys aren't powered up yet because I have done absolutely nothing to make sure that you have power. But that's okay. We can do that right here. Again, a double wall. Right through there, which goes to there. And then that can... Where are your power connections? Where are... You're on that corner there. Okay. So... let's do this. I haven't done the... I don't do this that often. What do the H-beams look like? I haven't really used these guys yet, have I? Let's try some H-beams going across here. Like that. And we'll run an H-beam to the back wall. We have the H-beam... No idea what that is. Okay, we'll go with beam connector. Beam connector. Come across. And coming across well too high, so let's drop that down. Yeah, that'll work. Fall. And all the way across the ceiling. And we can grab these. And then we're gonna have to do one more set. That's in the wrong place. Yes, we'll go there. Sure, why not? Why the hell not? Okay, so now we take our beam connectors, we get them into the... Do I want you poking all the way out? I guess. Won't hurt. As long as it looks like you're mounted to the wall. And in there, and in there. Missed. Missed. How many more of them I missed? I don't know. We'll find out. I'll put that one there. Got that one in there. That one in there. And yeah. Hey. I'm gonna put a power pole there. Maybe I do want to use the Mark 1. Mark 2? Yeah, Mark 2. or the height, correct heighting, because then I can put you there, and you can go down to there, because then we can hide that, and then we go all the way across to, let's say, 2 away from there. And over here, same. 1, 2. And then we go all the way to the back. All the way to the back. And we'll see how that works with these machines. Yep, that's what I thought. We're gonna have to also put one in here. I know I was gonna need to do that. Not sure why I just didn't do that in the first place, but you know, why do things the easy way when you can do it the hard way? All right. You go into there. You go into there. Funky noises issuing forth, and you guys go into there. All right. Now, let's get you guys connected. So we'll put I've been working on the factory all the Saturday morn. I've been working on the factory since the day I was born. Can't you see the bells are running? Get all of that ore. Can't you hear the creatures howling? Where the hell's my gun? Spitter, won't you go? Spitter, won't you go? Spitter, won't you go to hell? Spitter, won't you go? Spitter, won't you go? Spitter, won't you go to hell? Okay, so what are you doing, and how many ingots do you need? You need 60 Caterium ingots. Times 4, that's 240. I could have looked at my sheet. And no, that's every last ingot that's coming out of these 2 factories. I do not actually have any extra overhead. Yep, that's everything. Cool. Glad that worked out. Need to drop down to a floor. To hook up me belts. Oh, okay. We're gonna need to move this out of the way. Never fails. 50-50 chance getting it right the first time, and of course it is never going to be right the first time. I need my flashlight. I need my flashlight. There we go. Are there decoration blocks as well, or just functional blocks? In pure decorative blocks, not really. We got some. So we have like a bunch of different kind of barriers and stuff like that, different fences. We have these vents that literally do nothing but look cool. Hey, look, that's a good place for one of those. What else? We've got different types of catwalks. We have different aesthetics in walls. So like our basic wall, we have the concrete ones, we have the FICSIT wall, we have steel walls. Foundations, we have different styles of foundations. Again, we have the FICSIT foundation, which is the original, kind of the one you start off with. You get the concrete. Grip metal is like diamond plate type metals. So for good for like when you want to have walkways and stuff. You have a shiny concrete, really nice for like interior floors and stuff like that. We also have the asphalt, which is what I use for my roads. So there's not, like, I wouldn't say there's, you know, these are decorative blocks, these are functional blocks. there are functional blocks that have different options that give you different aesthetics that you can build your factories out of. And then you get things like LCD panels, which both can do signage as well as things like lights, because the global illumination that the system has. So, yeah, your decorative is what you make out of it. I tend to like the concrete brutalist style with really sharp angles and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I build out my factories. Maybe come more from my German heritage for that kind of nice brutalist type design. I've always been a fan of brutalist designs, those kind of just very industrial looking type buildings and stuff like that, but done in such a way as that they look good. Okay, who are you? Who are you and what are you doing here? You're the output for those. Okay, so you have to go back there, but I'm not doing my Trigons right now. I'm making this stuff. Okay, so we're gonna go lift here, lift there, lift here, lift there. And these are the outside ones, so lift there, lift that way, and that way. Okay, so then we're going to bring our belt out from here. We'll scooch in front. We'll come all the way around to like right about there. And then we come out. Now, that's not to say there aren't decorative blocks. There are lots and lots of mods that have decorative blocks in them that people have made that are just, some of them are really gorgeous. You know, things like sofas and planters and tables and, chairs and stuff like that. Completely and utterly non-functional. It's not like we can sit our character down into a chair like space engineers, but that can certainly make your factory look good. And it's actually, considering the limitations that there are, it's astounding that what some people actually manage to put together for that aesthetic decorative type thing. Like, just absolutely gorgeous architectural designs. Like I said, not my super strong suit, so I tend to kind of stick with one design, but I try to have a little bit of variable within that design. Okay, so that's going to go downstairs. We need to run over to the other side here, do the same thing. Again, this is the output that's got the ingots on there. The reason it's going into the wall by default is because these buildings are stackable. So that would be a way of just kind of keeping things flowing from one floor to the next floor. Clearly, I'm going underneath here, so I don't need the ability to, run up the side of the building. I'm just depositing them right down through there. Why are you looking so weird? I don't know. I'm gonna ignore you. All right, back underneath. La la la. So Ingy's there, Ingy's there. All needs to meet right about here. So we'll grab a splitter. Let's get you lined up. Boop, boop. We'll grab a merger. And get you guys lined up. Okay, you're lined up there. Then we gotta get you lined up over here. Right like that. And then we go there. We go there. And we go into there and into there. Ooh, I know where I'm going to do my time crystals. Yep, I know what I'm going to do with my time crystals. I don't know how many time crystals I'm ever going to need, but I know what the ones I do need, I am going to put them. Because it, you know, it is a separate factory. It's the first item there in my peak efficiency milestone. So, and then you go into there, and you go into there, and that should be all of my Caterium ingots now flowing. Yes, excellent. Okay. So now I need to bring in the reanimated Sam, which is gonna come up through there. That is the output of those. So those are going to go back there. Okay, so let's do that. I need another door back here. I need to have a back door. And we'll put you right. Come on, light up. And do. Okay. There. Reanimated Sam. You are going to be my actual Toblerones. The direction of flow is that way. We're going to put our floor hole right, I think, right. Make sure you're lined up. Right there. And right there. Okay. Meanwhile, you are there on that side. Perfect. So I should be able to sneak all my belts around each other. Like I say, this is the part that I get, you know, most of the fun out of, is making the beltages all work. As I need to go from that hole into there. I also need to go from that hole into that, into that, into that, and into that. All of them without running into each other. So we're going to do that by going from this direction. We are going to... Son of a bitch. We're going to drop you down a little bit. 1, 2. And so we're going to go this way. For absolutely no reason, I'm going to go in this direction, and then we'll lift you up to there. Okay, so we're then going to drop down 2 from here. Like that. And then we can come to here. Like so. And then I can just connect these belts like that. That'll get those guys. Then over here. There's nothing that's going to interfere on that line, is there? Not particularly. So what are you? You a splitter? Yes, you are. So we're going to take a splitter. Which is going to flow in that direction. That's aligned. That's aligned. Beltage. Beltage. Let's just do Mark 3 belts here. Not like I'm moving a crap ton of material. Like that. We'll keep using the Mark 5 in between just to maximize performance that way. Okay, so you guys are going to go upstairs. That is running into something, but okay. That's okay. Because we can do that. Oh, funky sound of machines going on up there. Let's go have a look at how these guys operate. besides the real weird grindies and growlies. Oh, lots of distortions. Apparently they spit out spatial anomalies for exhaust. Where are my Caterium ingots? What is going on with my Caterium? Where, oh where are the ingots gone? Why are you not going into my machines? Yeah, you're not getting your ingots, and you guys seem to be struggling with the ingot. How are you turning anything out when I not? Weird stuff is happening. Why? No, you're all flowing up. Oh, that's why. Yeah, they're coming out only out of that back machines there. I forgot to put the splitters in here. That's a my bad. I thought it was a spooky reason. It wasn't. It was just a stupidity reason. Okay, you guys are too far away, so we'll just do a belt there, and there we go. Now we should be feeding some ingots into everybody. Why are you not going into there? I swear to God, sometimes you just are trolling me, aren't you, machines? I swear you really, really are. There, now you're actually going where I want you to go. Then you can go into there. How are we doing over here? You guys doing what you want supposed to be doing? Is everyone getting their ingots now? Are you getting ingots? No, you're not. So we're going to do the same thing down here. We'll rebuild the splitters and the what's-its and the machinies, and we'll do this and we'll do that, and then we'll do this, and we'll hook this up, and we'll see if we can actually get... You guys are now flowing that way. That's good. And that can go into there. All right, let's see how everyone's doing now. You are full and producing. You are full and producing. You are full and producing. And you are full and producing. That is 60 Pixoniums. I'll worry about the filling up the rest of the building in a minute, which means, yeah, I've got a little bit extra overhead. Cool. I almost, all right, in honor of YOLO, come on, put another one in there. We'll overclock one to give me a total output of 60 on these guys. Because, yeah, I got 4 times 15. They are running at... Whoa! Pretty. Purple. Oh, very trippy. Okay, let's come out of photo mode here, and we can get back to here. right, so everyone here is not doing well. Why are we hanging up? Okay, we need to use faster belt here and a faster belt there. Just to make sure we're getting maximum speedage. Because I do need to make 600. That's, yeah. That was definitely too slow a belt there. Uh, 120. We got 120, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just to confirm, that should be 600. Yep. So we are maximizing. Cool. Okay, so that is Trigons being made right here. Where are we going to send the Trigons? We are going to send them into a journey through alternate dimensions of time and space. After I put up some walls, we're going to go up. Are we going up 4? I think I'm actually going to go straight across with the beam blocks here. At least on the front and the back. We need to continue up with that corner, as well as this corner. Back by 1. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can go that way. Grab our walls and up and up and across and across. And then gonna grab floor bits. Like this. Where are you coming up? You're gonna come up. Just an up and coming. I need signs. Signs. I actually have a blueprint for light panels, so we'll put 1 there, 1 there. Get the other one in right there. We'll get the next one in right there, and then we'll put you in a nice central honored position. Right after I put you there, remove you and you. And so I can move you guys a little bit closer to where you should be. Like that. And like that. Excellent. Okay, so good lighting up here now. Okay. Yeah. Now, where are you coming out, my little Toblerones? You're coming out right here in the middle. So we'll grab a floor hole. I'm going to send you upstairs into the attic. Like that. Because up in the attic, we're going to come out of here. We're going to grab our dimensional depot. Dimensional depot logistics. Are you in logistics? Are you in? Where the hell are you? Organization? Yes, there you are. Just mostly because I couldn't remember how big these guys were. Let's see. I'm just going to put you there. And throw you into there. And then now I can think about what kind of roof line I want up here. Let's do Let's do nice shallow roof across there. Come to there. We'll grab a nice frame window to go across there. We'll grab a flat bit of roof. And then I'm going to go a 4-meter roof line here. Assuming it can get it to fit. Yep, like that. We'll go across like that. And then we can just dump across here like that. Yeah, hello. I was going to ask you what's happening. Watched your episode 1. Caught me by surprise at the ending. You just see it and stopped. Just a little subtle hint or subtle suggestion. Maybe think about your close or your outro. It felt very abrupt, but I did enjoy it. I actually really enjoyed it. And I was 100% surprised by the sound of your actual voice. It really is amazing how your brain will fill in something just based on our text conversations over the years. You know, you have a certain sound, and then when you actually hear the voice, yeah. But no, I enjoyed it. Good stuff, man. So looking forward to episode 2. I do have a episode, what is it? Episode 11 ready to go. I think you're going to enjoy it. Yeah, I get you. I hear you. I'm still, kind of getting my patter or rhythm on the end part thing going as well. Outros are hard, weirdly enough. It's actually easier to do the intros. Because you don't want to sound disingenuous on the outro. But, it's like anything, right? Practice, practice, practice. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's get the... Yeah, it's very important that I get these decorative elements just right, it seems. Okay, never mind. Let's move on. Let's do productive stuff. No. Yeah, the one thing I did notice on your video is that, like I say, I always envision you as being quite a bit younger than I am, for whatever reason. No, not anymore. You sound like an old fart just like me now. So it's good to know. The Council of the Old Farts is in session. Which is what I find interesting about our generation. Because I'm assuming you kind of still fall into the Gen X category. We're, get old. And here we are doing video games. For YouTube. Like, when your parents were in their same age as we, would you have ever expected them to be doing anything, or your grandparents, or any relative? No. So I got to give credits to our generation on that. Is that, yeah, we just don't want to grow up. I don't want to grow up. Gonna be a Toys R Us kid. Won't grow up. Won't grow up. Like the Peter Pan generation. Except we actually are old, we just don't acknowledge it. Oh, look, that is actually what I did on the other side. Okay, and window, and window, and window. What am I going to do for a front lobby? I want something slightly fancier. Sure. Can I get something slightly fancier? I don't know, because they haven't given us half walls yet. And I really hope they do sometime in the near future. Otherwise, I might be tempted. Oh, really? Oh, cool. Not my older relatives. Nope. Not in any way, shape, or form. But then my dad was well into his mid-30s when I was born. So, yeah, my parents were quite up there in age, as is, so... Yeah, no, my parents were definitely not video gamers. In any way. I mean, they were the euchre player types. Okay. Ooh, I know what I'm going to do. Yeah, let's do this. Instead of putting the door in the middle here, I'm going to put a gate opening here. There. And there. But good on your dad and your gramps. Good on them. And down to the bottom. All right, everything is nicely lit up greenish. Yep, and your guys are full, so I'm going to have to start using them. That's okay. I will be grabbing a stock of them very, very shortly. Once I get the kind of back side of the building done. You know, street facing. And then like that, and like that. Alright, I need to pull some of the surface out. So it's not quite so flat, so we'll do this, and then go to there. Go there. Let's go from there down to here. And like so. All right, so if we check my inventory now, I've got 600 FICSIT Trigons ready to dump in to unlock my Mark 6 belts for getting my maximum usage out of my mines. Now I just need to get my time crystals set up, which is just coal. Some of my best memories are playing Mario with my dad on Saturday mornings and playing Atari or Nintendo with Granddad when we visit or fishing with him on a stock. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. Yeah, not my experience. Yeah. I'm not going to go into any more detail on that, but not my experience. Okay, why are you going on weird angles? I'm not sure why you're doing the weird angle things, but stop it. And then... Are you not... No, you're lined up with the floor. Yeah, you're lined up with the floor. And we'll just shave these guys off the end here. Not you. There we go. Where can I put a door in? I think probably the best place for me to put a door in would be right here. We'll throw another open gate through there. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Okay, so Toblerone done. Now I know where I'm gonna do my time crystals. I thought about it while I was doing the rest of that stuff. Let's head over to the next job site. How am I getting radiation in them? I guess we're going past those. La 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 la. Catch up with the train. Bye, Mr. Train. You know what? There is absolutely no reason for me to ever land over here. I am going to fix this. I do not... Yeah, I know. I was going to go look at the time crystals, but I don't think I'm going to get the time crystals in today. They're not overly complicated, but, you know, there's stuff involved in it. Instead, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get this belt tube sorted out, and then I'll head over to the job site. How do I want to get around here? Yeah, I do have the room. Yeah, I could do it all underneath. Perfect. Okay. So we'll hold this down. No, I'm not, because I need to... Yeah, I'm sending electricity over that way through that connection. And you are all still hooked up, right? Yes, you are. Okay, so I didn't break anything there, which is good. Okay. But we're going to duck underneath here. Yeah, we'll use Noodle. And then we'll just take a happy journey underneath here. What are the belt modes? Ooh, that is a sharp-ass turn. Yeah, we'll just go auto. We're going to come firing out this way. Have I got any power I can tap into anywhere near? Not really. Or am I coming out over here? Oh, I put an accelerator right here, though. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to grab one of these. And then we'll grab our floor hole. And we'll go downstairs. We'll grab an entrance and an entrance. And we'll do a power pole right there. And we can go from there to there, and there to there. Get a nice little boost when we come out of there. Now, to weave our way around, maybe I should probably have that up. And we're going to go this way. Yeah, I'll use Noodle. God, the paths are just going all over the place. There, let's see. Not sure why you're flipping around like that, dumbass. Yeah, I guess I'll use middle. Anything else I can hang from the ceiling that'll work better? No, not at all. Okay, well, that's fine. Where am I going? I'm going over there. Not want to go through the ground. There. Go to there. And then go to there. All right, let's see what this ride looks like now. And drop to the ground, and in we go underneath. Nice leisurely tour of the underworld. Up and get a little boost, and get a little boost. Comes another little boost. And then we're here. Cool. Okay, excellent. And away we go again. La 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 la. Oh, all right. I half expected to start moving there. I'm still used to there being an exit. There isn't. But we are going down to this one, and this is where we're heading towards the time crystal. We are now entering the time crystal region. Because I've got a crap ton of coal nodes over here that have yet to be touched. And landing. Okay, so we've got pure coal everywhere around here. Let's zoom in. And yeah, so we got a pure node right there, and I got a pure node right there. Why you got... That one is already being tapped. So, you know, that's that guy right there. But yeah, pure node here. Where's the other one? Where is the other one? Oh, Mr. Node. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's do a little math in here. And turn that on. There we go. So, time crystals. If I pump out 780 coal, can I get my 780? There we go. So 780 coal. Will require 1.3 of these, so I will overclock one of those. So we'll put a single time crystal in there, and we can tune that in. And then I'm going to need 3.25 of these, so that's a reasonably sized factory. And then I can easily 780, 1400, 1460. Yeah, easily expandable. This actually might not be that hard to do here. And to do quickly. So I have a train yard here, which I can easily expand. However, ooh, you know what? That's a geothermal, I think. Hey, buddy. You're too far from the factory for me able to do anything. You're not geopower, are you? Yeah, you are. You're a geyser. Cool. Okay, so I can even put a geothermal. Let's get a geothermal plant for no other reason, but I haven't built one yet. All right, geothermal generator. You sit there. Let's arrange you like. Okay, I'm gonna need some foundations. Coming out to here. Now I am doing nothing beyond the fact is that I felt like putting one in here, but I'm gonna use that maybe as my anchor point. Yeah, I'm gonna use that as the anchor point for the Time Crystal Factory. All right, let's get a staircase coming up a little bit. And I'm thinking I'm going to do that factory and all over here. Yeah. And we're going to do... Hey, Mr. Hog. Before you get any funny ideas, we'll just remove all ideas from your head. By removing your head. Ow. I have explosives. You don't. Maybe think about that next time. Well, maybe your friends will think about that next time. Be an abject lesson for them. Okay, let's get an under ramp here. And let's get you turned, and we're gonna go there. And then we can build some floors here. Now these machines are big, so I'm not quite sure how much space I'm going to need. But that might be enough. Let's clear out some plantage. Let's use the Noblix, because better ground clearing. And there. And there. And there. Boomsy. Okay. Put one too many foundations in down there, but it is all good. To here. Like so. All right, a couple more trees to get rid of here. Run, little fella! Run! He got away. Good. I mean, I wasn't going to stop the explosion. I'm just glad he got away. Okay, so what the hell did I need for this again? I needed stuff, and then I needed some stuff, and then I needed some more stuff. And of course, I closed the modeler instead of minimizing it, because that's what I do. All right, so I need 1 and 3. At least 4 now. Because I have no idea what time crystals are going to be used for, and I'm not going to cheat and look ahead. I don't want to know. I have been avoiding. I stopped watching a couple of channels just because of spoilers. This is all new. This is exciting. I want to know how to figure this stuff out. So, production. I think I'm going to maximize coming out of there. So we'll put our 2 of these guys in. So we're going to go that way. And yeah, so already you can see that I'm going to need some more floor space here. So we'll grab ourselves some more floor space. Going to need to blow some more stuff up. Including our little balloon here. Like I said, our little balloon here. That's exactly what they are. Little explosive gas balloons, I believe. And it's gone. You didn't used to be able to kill those either, so that's nice. Okay, so 2 particle accelerators, like so. Let's check our alignments to the floors. Nope, we're gonna have to come over 1, 2. Yep, that'll do. So we got 2 of those, and now I need 6. So each of these is going to be at 1 point. Diamonds. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. So you know the whole thing with diamonds being a girl's best friend? Do you realize that that is nothing to do beyond anything than DeBry's trying to make sure that they still have a market because they figured out how to make industrial diamonds, artificial diamonds. Otherwise, you know, drilling had to, you know, diamond built drills, industrial diamond drills needed diamonds. And then some smart guy came up with the process of like, hey, you know what? We can actually make diamonds a lot cheaper than it is to mine them, with a lot less of the, you know, blood diamond thing being involved in it. So, you know, DeBry's is then going, shit, we have all these diamond mines. What are we going to do? I don't know. Let's convince a bunch of schleps that they have to spend half their freaking year's salary to buy a diamond ring for their fiance and girlfriend. And then we'll just pay people to sing songs like diamonds are a girl's best friend. It's entirely manufactured demand based on pure advertising. So yeah, don't trust advertising, because they're in it for you, they're in it for them, and they are going to manipulate as much as they need to make their sales. All right, then I need 6 of these. So where's my center line? My center line is right there. How many more can I get across? How am I going to do these? If I go, can I get 6 going that way? I think I'm going to do this as one big ass factory. So I'm going to close everything here. So we're going to put 1 there. 1 there. And we'll put the other one here. Actually, no. They're 3 completely separate lines. Like they're not going to share. They can't share. The way these are the maximum that each one of these nodes, my nodes, is going to put out. So we're going to do it like this. So that's the output of the cyclotron, whatever the hell this thing is. So we're going to go 1. We are going to fall to the ground 2 and 3. And you know what? I have a power supply right over here. I should probably be tapping into. Let's grab our street lights. And put you there. We'll get you here. We will tie this all into main power. I will tie all this into... Oh, no, the royal we. We shall get all of this power tied into the main power network. I just need something to keep my jetpack going, or hover pack going while I'm over here. All right, so we're going to go there. We're going to go here. How are you lined up? You are lined up like that. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, that is what's causing that problem, because the geothermal is not consistent. So I think I need to do is I need to do a little of this, and something that I probably don't use nearly enough of is battery storage. Is I'm going to put a battery kind of along the route here. Yeah, so you see, it's because the jetpack uses, or the hover pack uses so much energy. As soon as this kind of goes, because this cycles its power up and down, right? It needs the battery here to kind of carry the buffer. So let's just keep watching this alternate. Before I turn my hover pack back on, I just want to kind of see if this is going to start stabilizing things for me a little bit. I mean, I can string a power line over to the rail, but you know, yeah, see, there we go. You can saw that it was outputting just a brief moment, which caught me from the system failing. Cool. That should keep that from happening again. Again, that is nothing more than just for the sake of doing it, to be honest. And to maybe give me some power over here, which it does seem to be holding. And I don't use the batteries nearly enough, to be perfectly honest. Okay. We're gonna need some more floorage. And I think that is gonna get me my time crystals. So time crystal, Control C, Control V, Control V. I'm gonna redo. So what am I gonna be pulling out of there? I'm gonna be pulling 780 out of those guys. So I need 3.25 per here. So I need one. And we'll go to 125%. That'll give me 3.25. We'll do the same thing over here. Time crystal. Oh, actually, you know what I can do? I can just go Control C on that one. Right? Yes. Control C on that one. Control V on that one. And that'll put the same settings. I do not want the power shard to go over there, so we'll now just go Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V. You, my good friend, are going to be making me some diamonds. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. I want 39 diamonds. We're going to throw a power crystal in there, and I'm going to do 40 diamonds. Nope. We can only do 39 diamonds because that's all I have the melts for. So we go 39, 780 per minute. Perfect. And then we'll go Control C and Control V. Nope, not close enough. And Control V. And bump my head and falling. And there we go. So that's... all right, so this is where we're going to set up for our time crystals. Coal's right there. We got our accelerators. Going to build a nice big building around here, make it all try to look at somewhat pretty. But we are going to save that for another day. I'll wait until next week to get this all hooked up and turned on so we can unlock our peak efficiency milestone. And then from the peak efficiency milestone, we should be able to get all the stuff needed for the first of our phase 5 things, which again, I can never remember, is our biomechanical. Yeah, our biomechanical sculptor there at the top. Yeah, it's really hard to move your pointer up there. But yeah. So that is where we're going to be going for, I think, next week. We are running up into our 3 hours now, so I am going to call it a day. We got stuff done. We've got our Toblerones going, or our cheese, but our FICSIT ingots, so we've got that all nice and unlocked, and if we look here, we've already got 600 of them. So really got good production going on these guys here, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, that's a mission accomplished. We have our time crystals here, so we can unlock, like I say, our Mark 6 belts. Actually, all our Mark 6 stuff. I think we also we don't get a new miner because we don't need a new miner because our miners on pure nodes are capable of like 1200 or something like that. So this could even expand further. I actually have enough here that once I get the faster belts, that's my limitation at 780, is the speed of the belt. So a little bit of irony, I could actually unlock even more time crystals, which, I may do. I don't know, because I don't know what the time crystals go in yet. I haven't got across that. I haven't unlocked what they're actually used in. The fact that there's 3 slots here tells me they're used in stuff. But that's more technology I have to unlock. So yeah, lots of kind of complex stuff to go, but we are going to call it for today. Guys, thank you again for watching and joining me, and thank you for the conversation. Thank you for, letting me know your thoughts and stuff, and just keep me entertained and keep me from feeling so very lonely here by myself. I really do appreciate it. And if you're watching this, not live, but you're watching the recording, is it live or is it Memorex? If you like what you're seeing, maybe hit the old like button. If you're not subscribed, maybe consider subscribing. Heck, you're already here watching my videos. Maybe you can get the notifications if you hit the little bell underneath. If you want to support my channel, hit the join link below, or you can see there's a link in the description. I'd really appreciate it if you become a member. It helps the channel out. That gives you access to special badges and early release videos. Thank you, Bottom, for being here. Thank you, Lee, for being here. Thank you, YOLO, and all of you others who were joining me today. Hey, guys, and I mean this sincerely, be safe out there. Be good out there, and have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye.